Welcome back to my channel. My name is Avery, and it is time of the month again where I'm gonna talk about all of the books that I have read in the last month. So this is my book review and my book recommendations. I'm gonna start with that one book that is not written by Alice Oseman, and that is Sugar and Spite by Gail D. Villanueva. And I really like this book because it is written by a Filipino author, which I haven't really read that much of a book that is written by a Filipino author, so I'm really happy that I have discovered this book. So basically, this book is about a girl and she's learning how to do magic, but she hates this other girl, so she basically hacks her into being good. Like in this book, you're gonna see how that affected her life and how that girl like have a character development. But yeah, and this book also talks about like Filipino culture and their tradition, but it is not forced. And if this book has been published when I was younger, like I would be so happy. Like finally a book that is about like girl who had the similar feature as mine, and I definitely love it. So I'm gonna rate it three stars. So now let's move on with the 7 books that is written by Alice Osman. Also, now that I think of it, Alice Oseman books is not that long because most of them are graphic novels and novellas. So, but yeah, I'm still proud that I have read the 8 books this month. So the first one I'm gonna start is Heartstopper Volume 1 to 4. This is the book that I have that introduces me to Alice Oseman. I have read this last year, but I decided to reread it because Heartstopper adaptation on Netflix, and for the month of June I said that I want to read all of the Alice Oseman books. I failed in that but I still read 7 of her books. The first book let's talk about is Heartstopper 1. It introduces us to the characters that is mostly on the Alice Oseman verse. And yeah, this is really like introduction to that. It's also like the stage of their relationship where they were like crushing on each other. It's really like fun to read and it's also quick read, so I'm gonna rate it 3.5 stars. And now the second book is Heartstopper 2. Now I like this more than the first book because in this book Nick and Charlie is in a relationship now, and you kind of see how their crush is being developed to an actual relationship. And we also got to see like another relationship by their friends like Tara and Darcy and Elle and Tao. So yeah, also really like this book. So 4 stars. Now let's talk about the third book. This book, my like I think this is the best Heartstopper volume because it talks it is not that light as the other two. So please check out the trigger warning because it talks about Charlie's struggle. Now I'm gonna not gonna talk about that here. You have to figure it out for yourself because I don't want to like spoil. But yeah, it basically talks about how Charlie is struggling. This is the book where like there's so many relationships that are happening, like Nick and Charlie, Tao and Elle, Tara and Darcy, and also the teachers, and this is also the Paris trip. So yeah, really interesting. 5 stars. And the last volume is Heartstopper Volume 4. Now, this book is like, it has more of a problem also with Charlie, and how it is so challenging for him to like say it to his family. And Nick is such a good boyfriend. Like he is the like few people that really notice that Charlie is struggling, And for that, like, I would really rate it 5 stars. I really hope that volume 5 will come out soon because I really need it. I think this book ended with a cliffhanger. I'm not really sure. I kind of forget. But yeah, 5 stars. Yeah, so that is Heartstopper 1 to 4. And now let's move on to the novellas. These two books is like the novellas of the Solitaire book, but I haven't really finished the Solitaire. Although you can read this without reading Solitaire, I think, because that's what most people have said. So that's what I did. But first, let's talk about this winter and this book. Like, the Osman verse is kind of getting sadder and sadder. So this book talks about like Charlie's problems, and it also, there's three chapters, one for each Charlie and his siblings, Charlie, Oliver, and Tori, and they kind of explain like how they are dealing with Charlie's problem, but they kind of like, you can see the world in their point of view, and how like it talks about family problems, Charlie's problem, like things like that, and it all almost makes me tear up, and for that I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. And the next book is Nick and Charlie. This is also part of the Solitaire novella. So, Nick and Charlie. I wish I didn't read this book. Like, if I'm being honest, I wish like I didn't read this book. It started off really well, and it ended really bad. In this book, Charlie and Nick and Charlie has been, they're fighting and they're on a verge of a breakup. Also, spoiler, please. If you don't want to hear this, turn off the volume. Tao and Elle broke up, and it's kind of the reason why Nick and Charlie also wanted to broke up. So that's what I can say. This book, I don't like this. 2 stars. For the last book, it is Heartstopper, the mini comics, and this is like the compilation of mini comics that are about the comics. Like, that is literally what it is, and this this is so cute. Like, you can read this in like 30 minutes, and there's, you will kind of explore more of Nick and Charlie's cute relationship. Yeah, and this is also, you can also see the different arts in our fan arts or fan stories of the Heartstopper. So yeah, I rated this 3 stars.